Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Sunday, the 3rd of November. I am flatcapcallum and I'm hoping you're all very, very well. Well, a change of fortune finally occurred, didn't it? So we had a decent Saturday to right the wrong of the last couple of weeks. Not maybe the whole lot, but the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we've had something to cheer. Well done, guys. Well done, everyone. Ladies, gents, boys, girls. Well, no, not boys and girls, because hopefully you're not watching, because this is my over 18s channel. Nothing dodgy, just betting, and you shouldn't be doing that. So I say that. I mean, I've got a baby who likes watching horse racing, so what can I say? But anyway, he's not betting. It's fine. So we had a good day Saturday, and yeah, I was going to have a little tinkle on Sunday, and then the more I looked at it, the more I liked Sunday, and I've ended up with 7 horses for Sunday. And so I, rather than Yankee and Trixie, which you might think is the most logical thing, a 4 and a 3 bet, I've actually gone a 5 and a 3 because one of them's 3-star, so I put it in both bets. So I've basically got 5 handicap horses together, and then I've got 2 non-handicap horses with the 3-star handicap horse, and that's the way I've done the bet. So it's £19 stake will be going on. So it's much later than uploading than I was planning to. Just spent a lot of time looking at races, and some of them I've come up blank with, and I've spent a lot of time at it. So it's one of them ones, just something that happens sometimes. Particularly that Curragh meeting is really tricky. This just a couple of races with just a few too many runners. So I've only come out with one selection for the Curragh. I think it's 1 Curragh, 2 at Carlisle, which actually is quite a nice meeting quality wise, and 4 at Cork. That's what I'm doing. So let's do the review of Saturday. We'll do Sundays, and I mentioned, well, I was going to mention Tips League at the end, but let's just say we think we might have a new number 1 top spot overall since the start of the calendar year. Well, I'll keep that suspense. I mean, those main protagonists will know, but we'll keep the suspense for a few more days. Yeah. So Saturday review, not good enough. 4th. Sky paid it. To be fair, I haven't actually completely checked if anyone else did, but I know it wasn't counting for the channel. The other side, not good enough, and then Sugarfish was pants. So bet 1 was no good, and then bet 2, the Breeders' Cup. It was almost like repeating the trick of last year. To be fair, but it pretty much was. So again, same as last year, I had a 4-horse bet. I had a horse that was in one of the non-grade ones. It was a grade 3, and got a nice place. To be fair, it was a nice second place. 25s, I think, SPs and SP. 28s I took for the channel. 33s was quite well available. So it will vary what you've got back on that one. That race was clearly the disappointment. When another horse came out of there and knocked it down to 7 runners, I was thinking it was probably doomed. Because I wouldn't have gone so heavy on the race with that sort of terminology, that place terms. Getting tired, clearly. But yeah, the 2 selections that race were wayward. Gold Phoenix ran great, snagged 4th place. It was very close run thing, so we would due a couple of them. We've had quite a lot on the wrong side of the head bobbers like that, so we'll have that. If you SP'd it, 66ers, well done. There would have been a variance, I think, there, but sort of anything down 25s, 33, some of will have had that. But if you got the 66ers, that would have good. I mean, anyone taking SP on that bet actually probably came out about 15, 20 quid better than the channel. And then Sierra Leone, big race, got well backed in, and ran an absolute cracker. City of Troy was not sighted. I mean, I wasn't feeling that one at all. I'm never keen on a horse stepping into a dirt race like that on that quality. I know it's a decent horse, but I wouldn't have run it in the race. So we had a nice winner, and we had the bet that was the best price placed horse, I think, of the night, and Uncorked was up there with one of the best ones. So really happy with that. I think it was we had 23 on 128 back, 105 profit for the channel. So we're well up for the week. So we've won this week, which is better because that means we've only then technically lost 2 weeks in a row. It's felt like longer of a run because it was whatever 4 weeks ago we had a good win at the start of the week and then lost the rest of the week. So we won that week and then lost lots, and then we've lost 2 weeks solid, and then we were losing up until this point. So we are up for November. We're up since for this week, and we are up since I've been back on the channel again. I think we can say that because we got ourselves behind. So that's a little bit of weight off, because it just it takes its toll sometimes. What I was going to say as well, it's weird. I don't know what the language is, but when there's pressure like that, in terms of just like it's just long bad runs, you just want it to stop. It does impact the way that I do the research and stuff, because it definitely. I think the phrase I would use, it tightens me up in my selection process, which is not always a good thing. There was a couple today I looked at and I was like, it's that History of Fashion that won at Down Royal. I know it's 40-1, and I know the last couple of times it pulled up. But if you actually look at the form of the horse, it's from a yard that gets them in the right place for certain races. And had a claim of taking off a few quid off it, a few pound off it. Previously, one of its best runs in the last couple of years was course and distance on the similar ground, and it was a few pound higher when it won. So it's one of them ones that you just have to accept. It sort of slightly looks like it's on the downgrade because it's sort of in and out, but actually, I think it was pickable. That's what I would say. Well, it wasn't completely out of it. And then, as much as I'm really happy with the Breeders' Cup, I will say I was a little bit knocked, because I think it was Monday Silence asked about, he was thinking about backing Starless, he or she, and Julie did, so well done. I think they said he got 27-1 on the exchange. And when I went back and looked, I was like, I talked myself out of that race, because I looked at it and I thought Brad Sale was the one to be on from a win perspective, and it wasn't framing. I didn't like the favourite, and I thought Starless was the value. I didn't see it winning, but I thought it was the value. And I don't know why I didn't take it. And then the other one that annoyed me was there was a 33-1 shot that won. That form was really, really good, but last night before, whatever, that horse was 11s 12-1, and I think it was a fair enough price for the horse. So had it been 33-1, it might have been a very, very different story on that bet from the Breeders' Cup, because 33 was a brilliant price. But there we go. All right. Anyway, enough said. Let's move on. I'll take with what we've got, let's get on to Sunday. Okay, going to try and go through this quickly. I'm going to do minimal explanations tonight. 110 Cork, say it first, 14-1. It's been running consistently. Still, I'd say it's on the slight improve, and it's a very winnable race. I say that it's a lots of horses in that handicap, but it's a good price. I would expect that horse to be more like 7-8-1 from the off. We'll see if it goes that short. 218 Carlisle. It's the only one that doesn't have extra places in this bet. Fingal's Hill 12-1. It seems to run its better races at Carlisle. It's a bit in and out, but when I went through it all, I'm just again, I've not written the stars, have I? Oh no! I mean, I might have turned a corner and might have got a win, and we might have a new leader of the Tipster League. But one thing that won't change is that's quite easy, right? Hang on, right? Let me just put this on here because. Right, there we go. We'll just get this on this because most of them are 1 star, so it's nice and easy, isn't it? All right. Probably can't even read my writing now. Anyway, Fingal's Hill 1 star. They're 1 star, and then 225 Curragh. The only horse at the Curragh. As I said, there was a couple of races there that I looked at, and I just felt it was too many horses running. There's a listed race like 20 runners. Hamish looks for all the world shouldn't get beaten in that race. But then most bookies are only 3 places because it's going to be a bad each way race. So even if more were 4, I don't think I'd play the race. And there's a 26 runner where I didn't have a strong feel from a form read, but what I was looking at is the history of big fields like that, 7 furlongs at Curragh, and it's sort of extreme draw bias. So you tend to want to go low or high. You don't want to be sort of like in the middle. So you don't want to be is, and middle's not too bad. You don't want to be middle to high or middle to low, if that makes sense. But overall, I thought the high draws on that 26 runner probably be the ones that take it. But I didn't want to take a bet for the channel. So what I did want to do is this handicap, Simply Sideways 33. He's got some really solid form at the Curragh. It's not like it's particularly out of form either. Its best form's on soft ground, which is going to be, I mean, it's a bit tricky to tell at the Curragh because it does say soft, potentially yielding in places, and it's drying ground. So not quite, I didn't want to basically go on a horse that was all about the heavy ground. But yeah, I think it's really good price, Simply Sideways. So 33 to 1. It came out as 3 stars. Then the 3:15 Cork is the long distance race. Jumping Jet won the Ulster National at Downpatrick with Carl Miller riding. Gordon Elliott loves a stay and chase, doesn't he? And I think optimum conditions look like, 3.5 mile on good ground, and that's what it's got at Cork again. So I think that horse looks like it's primed to be framing, but we'll find out. And then the 3:50 Cork, there was quite a few I was looking at in that one, and in the end I settled on, and I was quite happy with Glenda's Marla 20 to 1, and I just really couldn't see why it was the price it is. I felt like it should have been about half that. So it came out as a 1 star, and that's in there at 20 to 1. So it's the 5 horse bet, 10 times 20p win doubles. If you want to do a Canadian or Super Yankee, you do it, but this is what I'm doing. 10 times 15p each way trebles, 5 times 15p each way fourfolds, and a 25p each way fivefold. That bit is £7. Then stay with me on here because there's different bits for different ones. It's not just price. 2 £1 win singles. So that's Say It First and Jumping Jet. They are the 2 £1 win singles. 2 75p each way singles. I'm so tired when I wrote this clearly. I haven't done the blue circles. That's 75p each way singles, Glenda's Marla and Fingal's Hill. And the £1 each way single on Simply Sideways. Sky are best for place terms. Paddy are second for place terms. Everyone else is much of a muchness, probably except Labrooks, don't use them. £14 is the stake. And then the second bit, I didn't write the stars on there, did I either? No, hang on. Okay, so we've got Simply Sideways and 2 others in this little Trixie. So bet 2. 118 Carlisle. I've got 100 to 1 shot. I've had a lot better 100 to 1 shots than that one. But I felt on balance I would happily have it in the bet. So it needs one of the obvious 3 to falter, I would say. You've got in there quite an odd, short price. It's odds on. I think it's about 4 to 6 favourite. The horse, I think, doesn't want good ground. So if it dries up too much, it wouldn't 100% surprise me if the horse came out. And if the horse comes out with the rest of the market, that 100 to 1 will, have a massive Rule 4 on it, but actually still might be reasonable enough value, and it'd be better value than if the horse had stayed in. That being said, if the horse stays in, you got 100 to 1 grand. On paper, 4th, 5th best horse. There's a Skelton horse in there, which on bare form, there's not much different from terms of what they've achieved. But the Skelton horse is a Skelton horse, and that one's running its last race before going into handicap, so therefore it's massively overlooked by the market. It all depends. If they want to give that sort of a bit more of an effort, that horse looks like it could be improving. It's going to be, middle distance. Not all the horses in there are going to appreciate a middle distance kind of a race. So, yeah, it's a bit punty, but there's 2 others massive prizes in there, and it's way better than that horse, those 2 horses. So realistically, I think the horse is probably going to come probably 5th, 6th, and it's a good each way extra market as well if you want to have a look at that kind of stuff. But I thought there's a chance we could get 3rd at a push, 4th, and then if one of the top ones come out and therefore that makes that 3rd, it was worth chancing. So it came out as 2 stars. That's in there. Simply Sideways, and then 242. It's Novice Chase. I don't do a lot of those. But Gaelic Art, I just thought it shouldn't be the price it is. I think Paddy's you can get 14s at the night before still. Say night before. I mean, it'd be the morning by most of the time you watch it, but it was 14s. But then in other places, it's 15-2, so wildly different. But in the middle, most bookies are around that mark. Sky are better because you've got an extra place there. So it's 25p each way Trixies, that's £2 each way doubles and trebles, and 2.75p each way singles on Tees, Comp, Clive, and Gaelic Art, £5. 19 total. Right, I'll finish it there. I need to go to bed. So what did I say to you? I think the plan is I'm going to probably likely do a video Sunday night for Monday. I say that, I mean, I'm out a lot Sunday. I'm only going to end up watching after the races, so I'll be out somewhere without phone reception, I should think. So I'm going to turn on my phone and either be like very glum or I won't be glum. I'll just be like, oh dear. It's only 19 quid, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I don't mean that flippantly, but yeah, I'll either think that or I'll be rejoicing without having watched half the races. But I think Monday looks not bad, so I'm likely to do a video Sunday night, and I'm still thinking I might take a couple of days after that, but I'll let you know on the next video what the plan is. And on that Sunday night video, I think I'm likely to include a horse in the Melbourne Cup. I've been having a look at Melbourne Cup, which is Tuesday, early hours Tuesday morning. I think it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I just want to wait and see if we can get a 5-place market on there. But yeah, I've got a horse I quite like. Around 20s, we will see where the market moves to or not though. And then, but yeah, I'm saying that now. I'm probably like hyping it up, and then I'll get to tomorrow night and I'll find things 12-1 or something, and I probably won't like it anymore. But there we go. All right, that's me. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Well done to anyone who was on Saturday. Just go sensible. Just because I won on Saturday doesn't mean I go win Sunday. You know how it works. I was looking at the history last year, though. By the way, we had a nice Breeders' Cup last time, and then and that was on the back of a bad run. And then we went into this next week, the equivalent week, and then we hit an absolute zinger. Friday, it was a Friday, so this next Friday, corresponding Friday, we hit two winners on the last 2 races at Dundalk, 25s and 40s, great double, and then we went into the weekend, and I think it was all right. I think we were all right Saturday or something like that, and then the next video wasn't till Wednesday, and then I hit a 2 wins and 2 places on a Yankee at Kempton. I mean, if that happens, we'll be absolutely rosy, won't we? But we've no guarantees. We had a nice Breeders' Cup. We might now just have an absolute crap 2 weeks. Who knows? All right, that's me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.